How do I get my product into supermarkets? And how do I sell my food product to supermarkets, Damien? Well, that's a great question. And in this video, I'm going to show you some tips and pointers on do's and don'ts on how to negotiate with supermarkets. Yes, you can actually do that. Even though many of them may have certain buying methods, they can be negotiated with. I'm going to give you some pointers actually from my own experience when I got my product into fresh markets. And that was something my wife and I got when we first started our brand new business about 13 years ago. We are now actually on e-commerce as well and all over the internet. But these are some things that I kind of thought, you know what? These would be great ideas for people who are trying to get into the supermarkets to understand before they do. All right, so let's get into the do's. So the do's of supermarket negotiation. Number one, do your homework. Yes, preparation is paramount. So before actually negotiating with any supermarket or stepping into a negotiation room, however that may be, you want to do some market research. Understand the supermarket's customer base, demographics, and shopping trends. Knowledge of your potential customers is actually very important. Competitor analysis. So you want to analyze the competition. Now, you don't need to get too technical with this, guys. I want you to just break down simply, look, what the product is that you're selling. Go to those supermarkets specifically where you want to get into and take a look at who's on the shelf. What are the products' names? What size are the packages? What do they retail for? Understanding that is a really good foundation to get a good idea on what you should charge and sell to these supermarkets. You want to also identify gaps your product can actually fill in the areas and where it can actually outshine others and on the shelf itself. Next up, pricing strategy. Now, you want to develop a pricing strategy that balances obviously profitability with consumer affordability. Your product's price tag can make or break the deal. So again, you want to do a little bit of homework on this. Take a look at what's out there. Now, of course, many of these gigantic food companies, you're not going to be able to compete with some of them on pricing because your costs are going to be considerably higher in comparison to a multi-billion-dollar business. So my own personal advice is price it as profitable as possible. When you first launch a food business, breaking even in some cases is actually a good idea if you can. Why, Damien? Well, of course you want to be profitable, but right out of the gate, you also really want your product in customers' hands. Over time, you can raise those prices and become more profitable. Now, of course, being profitable and having enough to buy more ingredients, buy more products, and obviously resell it is a no-brainer. But what I'm trying to say is that if a certain product costs you a certain amount, don't get discouraged if you need to actually charge more. Number two, build relationships. Networking is really, honestly, very invaluable. Building strong relationships is key to supermarket success. So connect with the buyers. You may even want to attend industry events. You can join online platforms. Engage in networking activities. Actually, LinkedIn is a great place to do that. Establishing a rapport with the supermarket buyer can open doors big time. Professionalism. Now, you want to approach negotiations with a utmost professionalism, guys. You want to make sure that you come looking good at the start, and you set a really good example. And first impressions are honestly very important. Respond promptly, be respectful, and showcase your passion for your product when you're talking to the buyers. Number three, craft a compelling pitch. Persuasion is king when it comes to this. Now, you got to remember, your negotiation pitch is your sales pitch. You want to make it compelling, okay? You want to have highlights of your unique selling points, USPs as it's known, unique selling propositions and such. Emphasize what makes your product unique, whether it's innovative ingredients, a captivating brand story, or a unique flavor profile. You want to make it stand out, and you need to point that out to the buyer. Demonstrate market potential. Now, this is important. Provide evidence of your product's market potential. Share success stories or even case studies that showcase its impact in similar markets. So let's say you begin to sell it even on Etsy or eBay, and you've sold $100,000 worth of the product. That's great. You want to make sure you stress that point and make sure you let them know about the satisfaction. Maybe it's all 5-star ratings and you've done really well and you think this will do great in their stores. Those are all your advantages. So make sure you let them know. Number four, negotiation skills. So the art of the deal, as it's known. The effective negotiation requires a little bit of finesse and some smooth talking, yes. Now, clarity. Clearly outline the terms and conditions. Ambiguity can actually lead to misunderstandings later. So you want to be more specific and clear about what it is that you're actually selling and how you're selling it. Flexibility. Be open to the idea of negotiation. Flexibility can lead to a mutual beneficial outcome. And remember, it's a long-term thing. So up front, if you can get your foot in the door, so to speak, and you get your product on the shelves, and you happen to have a little bit of profitability, or even some companies I've known have broken even for a while, that is okay because you're getting your product out there and people are going to desire it. And that's where it changes. You want to be active listening. Don't just talk. You want to listen. Understand the supermarket's needs and maybe its concerns and be ready to address them when you're speaking to the buyers. Number 5, seek legal counsel. Yes, safeguard your interests. Don't underestimate the legalities of it. So if you're in need, if you're kind of not really sure on a certain legal aspect, seek legal advice. Of course, consult an attorney experienced in food industry contracts. They can guide you through the legal intricacies and protect your interests and be on your side. Now, let's dive a little bit into some of the don'ts. These are some things that were lessons learned that I learned that were a little bit on the hard side, but hey, every lesson is a great lesson because it teaches you something. So the don'ts of supermarket negotiation. Number 1, don't rush in. Patience is a virtue when it comes to this. Yes, impulsivity can lead to unfavorable outcomes. So impulsivity, that's avoiding the rushing into the negotiations without adequate preparation. Impulsivity can also lead to an unfavorable term as far as what would go on your side and how much you're going to make in the deal. Desperation, of course, never let desperation show. If you're in a situation where you're in really dire needs of having this product on the shelves for financial reasons, don't let that show as much as you can, okay? Supermarkets are more likely to negotiate favorable with confident, composed entrepreneurs. Number 2, don't oversell. Honesty is, of course, always the best policy. Honesty is the foundation of trust with you and the buyer. So exaggerations, for instance, avoid making exaggerative claims or promises that you can't keep. Honesty builds trust, a valuable currency in negotiations. Now, I can tell you a little bit about what happened to me. When it comes to, I had a company that approached me about a certain product and they needed a certain quantity. I was actually very excited about it. My wife stopped me for a moment and said, hey, we don't have the actual infrastructure to do this. We can't really fill this order. And as much as it was going to be extremely valuable to us financially, she was actually right. We didn't have in place the proper logistics, the proper ability to package the product, to sell it. Unfortunately, I had to turn them down. But it's obviously a lesson learned to also know what you can't do as long as what you can do. Number 3, don't burn bridges. Of course, maintain professionalism. Maintaining professionalism, even in the face of challenges, is always the best thing when you're starting a business. Confrontation, you don't want to be confrontational or get angry at some type of a meeting when you're having a buyer look at your product. While assertiveness, of course, is essential, avoiding unnecessary confrontation, definitely something you don't want to do. Unrealistic demands. Now, don't make demands that are unpractical or unrealistic. Such demands can actually lead to impasses and, of course, in negotiations. You don't want to do that. So don't really ask for something that you know, honestly, that's not going to be delivered on their end to you. Number 4, don't ignore legalities. As we mentioned before, skipping any type of legal counsel is probably not going to be a good idea. If you're dealing with a supermarket contracts, these are legally binding contracts and professional guidance is highly essential. So if you're not really sure, ask a lawyer. Neglecting contract details. Pay meticulous attention to contract details. Overlooking fine print can result in unforeseen complications and potential legal issues and financial loss. So when you're dealing with or negotiating with supermarkets, be aware that it is a legitimate contract. You can't just simply say, hey, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. Make sure you look at it all from top to bottom. Okay, so negotiating with supermarkets is not just about securing shelf space. It's about nurturing partnerships that actually fuel your culinary inspirations. So as you embark on this journey, remember that each negotiation step towards realizing your culinary dreams of getting your products in stores takes time and patience. So if you have any questions about this, let us know down below and check out our other videos here on Marketing Food Online. I'll see you on our next video.